But all right, I got you. All right.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little playback.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. So what's going on, y'all?
What's up?
This is a special episode, by the way. You got me and Kitty. You got the best here, by the way. You know what I'm saying? And
special education.
Special. You never lied. I'm a special part, right? She education, I'm a special part, right? And we literally say all the time, we want to do an episode where we talk about relationships and entrepreneurship because, not unfortunately, the truth is they conflate quite a bit, right? And just like you want your business to be successful, you want your relationship to be successful also, right? Mm-hmm. And it's kind of hard for entrepreneurs to do just that, right?
That's right.
So we're going to talk about it today, the do's and the don'ts, right?
Ooh, and specifically, we talk about the do's and the don'ts of dating an entrepreneur, especially if you are not a small business owner or not a serious small business owner, right? Because sometimes the lifestyle can be a little different and there can be a lot of misunderstandings or miscommunications that just don't need to be. Whoever you're dating is very appreciative of your emotions, or they are aware of them, so they try to tread lightly. So if you are that entrepreneur, feel free to just share this out and keep it playing in the background, because we're gonna say what need to be said today, y'all. Get your notebook out just like you would any other episode, because it is going down.
It's going down. And then on top of that, if we don't cover something today, I want you to comment in the comments below. Maybe we might cover everything, but let us know if you're an entrepreneur and you're dating someone, what are some of the things that you guys have overcome in your relationship, because hopefully you have overcame, or maybe you did.
Yeah, help somebody else.
Exactly, help somebody else. So we're gonna get
after you subscribe though, y'all. Help us by subscribing first. Then that's part of passing the collection plate around here, y'all. Just push the subscribe button.
Exactly. What the Daily Channel always say, you gotta pay them bills.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. What are some things that some entrepreneurs or small business owners have said to you as it relates to issues they've had in relationships?
So, shout out to Lady at the Core, episode 10 that we did, and Edith, I'll never forget, she said one of the things she had to make sure she does with her husband is that he has to understand, when you're an entrepreneur, there's no 9 to 5, right? It's sun up to sundown sometimes. And one of the things she said that he has to understand is that when she's working, she doesn't have time or whatnot for certain things. And you have to be understanding of that. So I think the biggest piece from that conversation was that the understanding part, right? Because you can't be an entrepreneur pursuing what you're trying to pursue and not understanding, right? Because that's where the whole insecurity part comes in. That's where the whole misconception part comes in. That's where problems will start to become mountains if there is no understanding. So that's the biggest thing I like to, address to understand. If you don't understand the vision, or you understand what I'm trying to pursue, then it's pretty much kind of like null and void, right? Especially if you're passionate, because I think that all entrepreneurs, they see the vision of business, they have the passion and drive behind it, right? And you have to, as a person in a relationship with someone, entrepreneur, kind of understand that vision and that drive, right? Because they're going to need your support. They're going to need you to help them get to that point, right? And you have to sign up for that, right? If you're not signed up for that, then you kind of what you're saying. I believe you are, right?
I like that he said support. So let's go over how the 5 love languages, because everybody's reading the book, right? It's popular. Shout out to Gary Chapman.
Shout out to Gary.
And his whole estate for the 5 love languages book. But basically what it is, it teaches you how to speak or communicate that you love your spouse in the language that they are able to receive and hear. And he has it for almost everything. But
entrepreneurship, by the way,
for sure, we're gonna plug Gary Chapman. The book is awesome. Feel free to take the test and see what your love language is. Because if you're an entrepreneur, or even if you aren't, you'll be able to understand how an entrepreneur likes to be loved. And I'm gonna break that down. Now, this is not in the book, but he will tell you the basics of the 5 love languages, and this is just Beneficial Bay's take on the 5 love languages as it pertains to entrepreneurship.
Which is dope, by the way.
So, one love language that we can say is words of affirmation. If words of affirmation is your love language or your partner's love language, the best way to speak to your partner is to always keep them encouraged Give them an attaboy when they do a great job. Tell them it's gonna be okay when they don't do so as great as they thought they would.
Be that cheerleader.
Be their cheerleader, absolutely.
Yeah, they need that.
And their support, their listening ear. Which brings me to my next one. If it's physical touch, no, don't just go molesting your entrepreneur, right? But physical touch could be something as basic.
Sometimes do.
Maybe, right? They might need a hug or but it could be as basic as giving me a hug, whether something went good or bad. Giving me a high five when it went really good. Give me a listening ear when it didn't go so well, or a shoulder to cry on, right? Those basic things are physical touch. If your love language, or if their love language, I should say, is acts of service. I'm big on acts of service. Now, there's 2 ways you can break down acts of service. Acts of service personally, because like Brandon said, a lot of small business owners, it's a daily grind. Yeah. Like it's sun up to sundown, especially if they're like corporatepreneurs and have some type of like day job or night job, and then they're still building a business.
Like most of us. Right.
Personal acts of service are cook the food, do the laundry, feed the dog, feed the kids, clean up.
Or flip side, help them their business.
Exactly.
They might need a personal assistant. Yeah.
Help me pack some stuff for my business. Show up if I'm having a speaking engagement. Show up for me and be there with me. Help me to answer some emails or to listen to me while I'm trying to go over my pitch and my plan and stuff like that. Next one is quality time. Again, listen to me if I'm trying to bring out my ideas and trying to talk to you. Even if you get tired of hearing the same old thing over and over and over again, that is an act of love, because I'm trying to get it out. I need to get it out, and I need to get it out with somebody I can trust enough to be honest and transparent with.
That goes a long way.
Or, like I said, come somewhere with me. If I'm doing a vendor table, come sit with me and just spend time doing it. Another great way to have quality time with somebody in their business is to actually purchase their products or get some of their products and use it. So if they do like skincare or mud mask or nails, sit down and go through the process with them almost like a customer. So that way you can tell them from a place of a customer what you think should be fixed or different. Because we don't really want to hear your opinions and you haven't even tried this out to know if it works or not. But as somebody who's tried it out, then I can trust when you say, hey, you probably want to change this, or you could do this just a little differently. I think your customers might like this because you might be part of our target. The last big one, everybody swears there's their love language, which probably isn't, is gifts. There's a few ways you can do gifts. The cheapest gift is the gift of exposure, right? Shares, reposts, texts, sending to buying tickets and giving it to somebody else.
Word of mouth.
Yes, word of mouth. Exposure is a wonderful gift. Another great gift, if you know there's something that they need in their business, purchase it from them. Purchase it for them. So if it's inventory or different types of mechanics, maybe I need a new laptop or a new mic or a ring light. Purchase those things for your entrepreneur friends. Next type of gift is education. So courses, conferences.
Gifts.
Yes, people love them all the time. Any pull-up experience, feel free to go ahead and go get the tickets for them because we sell out fast, right?
That's an awesome gift, by the way.
Absolutely. Feel free. Pull it up. Just go get it for them and say, hey, look what I got for you. Because education and networking, great gifts for anybody who's in the business world. And then the last gift is pretty simple. Purchase my stuff or just give me the money. I'll take all of that, right? And you can invest in my business somehow. But that's what support looks like on a very basic level.
Yes.
So that's a great way to start it off. I hope that blessed somebody today. Let's get into it though, because I feel like I know being a woman entrepreneur, and I know male entrepreneurs go through the same basic things when it comes to dating non-entrepreneurs or non-serious entrepreneurs. Let's talk about expectations of time. What does that look for like on the male side?
So I can talk about this, guys. Because I guess I have a whole different perspective than most people, because I used to be married, right? And when I was married, it was difficult because once again, that quality time piece, right? And if they don't share the same vision as you, it makes things all the difficult, right? Because if they don't see what you see, they will view what you're doing as a waste, right? And it kind of makes the relationship that much more difficult, because if they view you pursuing your dreams or your business as a waste of time, it's kind of null and void. Because I feel like your business is a part of you, right? My business is a part of me. What I do with my business is something I see value. So if you don't see it as a value, we're gonna have a problem. And now with me being single, it hasn't changed, right? If anything, and she laughing because, how can I say it? I am serious about this now. Like, now that I'm single, I know my value as far as my business. Not saying it comes first, but God comes first. Let me just read that. But it's up there. It's up there, right? And I'll never forget, we were talking earlier about my man Dion Cole. Shout out to Dion Cole, my favorite comedian.
Shout out to Dion.
Because it makes you think. It makes you think, right? I love
a conscious comedian.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he said something powerful. He said that when I'm dating for good looks. It's the bonus, right? But once again, we all know looks fade, right? But my business is who I am, right? And I can't be with somebody that when I'm trying to pursue those goals, or I'm trying to pursue my dream, if I'm going to go show a house, if I'm going to go talk to a client, or if I'm doing this right here, you don't see the value in it, you see it as a waste, or you see it as a problem relationship, we're not going to go very far. Not at all, right? Because that's the thing about entrepreneur, like, you work hard now, so later on you won't have to work as much, right? It's gonna pay off one day, but we all have to pay our dues, right? And the person you with hopefully should understand that. If not, I don't know what to tell you, right? And I know for me personally, and I'm not saying this is a one shot for everybody, but I can tell you, as an entrepreneur, it will make your life that much more problematic if the person that you're with doesn't see the value of your business. That's the honest truth, right? And it will either, and then because how dedicated you are to the relationship, because I've seen it myself. I've done it. Let me take that back. I've done it. I have pulled back from my business because to try to preserve my relationship, which in essence, it kind of hurt relationship because I wasn't being fully who I was, right? As a person, because I wasn't fully being myself, because that's who I am. My business is me. And with me not being myself made that much more problematic in my relationship. So if you have a problem relationship with an entrepreneur, that might be it. I'm not saying, once again, disclaimer, I'm not a therapist. We're the full experience.
No, we're just very honest, and we give conversations for elevation. And we're just trying to see you guys elevate. So for sure, patience is number one. The second thing I would say, check your jealousy. A lot of people, piggybacking off what he said, when it comes to patience and seeing the vision, when you don't understand why the time or the effort is being put into the business, that you feel like their intimacy or their attention is going elsewhere, and it kind of has you competing with their business, which makes no sense at all. So if we're going to check our patience, we also need to check our jealousy. And if we're going to be quite honest while we're still on the subject of jealousy, a lot of that is some of us need to heal. A lot of us are very insecure within ourselves. And it's like, God forbid you find something better than me, because then you'd be disinterested in me once you get to where you're going, which in essence almost conveys, when you're jealous, it conveys as though you don't see yourself as the best. You don't even see in you what I see in you, and you're already more than enough. That's why I feel like I can be comfortable enough to continue to pursue my passions, because once I get to where I'm going, I'll be reaching a potential that you already have, or we'll continue to build together, and we'll both come to this climax where it's like, this is where we were meant to be. We both grew. We both did the work. If I'm doing the work consistently and you aren't, and you're scared that I'm gonna leave you in the dust, what it's basically telling me is that you're not even trying to be your best self. Now, you're better than whatever it is you think you are now, because you feel the need to compete with like a separate entity, because if you're mine, you're mine, you know.
Where's Funk Flex? We dropping bombs.
Yeah.
I was a bomb
But that's
there.
true. Healing works. If you're looking for ways that you can heal, of course, therapy works.
Right.
Pray it off if you need to. Go to church.
Jesus.
But also getting a good hobby. I think that's underrated. Getting a hobby or a business yourself.
Yeah.
So you can understand what it takes to really pursue a passion, whether it is a hobby or an actual business where you're selling something. When you're in pursuit of your passions and trying to continue to get it right, you know, we were just talking about, we don't do stuff to get it right. We do it right so much that we can't get it wrong. You know, like we continue, it's a continued process, right? Same thing with anything else in life. So if you find something that is yours and yours alone, when we both work our stuff, what it's going to create is time for us both to miss one another. When we have time to miss each other, when we finally get back together, ain't no insecurity. We're going to make sure ain't no reason for you to be insecure, because you're going to know exactly how much I missed you and vice versa, because I'm going to show you and make the best out of our time together, because I know I got to go back to pursuing my passion, and so do you.
That's good. Man, like I said, we need Funk Fest to be like, boom, boom, boom. You got some vibe right there, because that's real stuff. And we're only talking from places that we know.
Yeah, it's familiar places.
Yeah.
No, it's places we've grown from. Don't get me wrong. So anybody who is with now, just wait for you. Don't even worry.
This ain't shade on anybody. They're like, oh hell
right,
no.
What you talking about? Yeah,
my
this
my
ain't
phone
that.
blown up in a minute. Like, oh
please
no.
don't, y'all. We recording on his phone. Please don't blow him up. This is usually what we use until we get our crazy videography going again. What are some other things that? So patience, understanding,
like you said, coming from a healed place. Like, and once again, and because no one's perfect, guys. We already know that. No one in a relationship, we already know you're gonna come in with some baggage. That's understandable, right? And my thing is communication is gotta be up there too, right? Like, of course, if I know I'm gonna be gone for a little bit of time, I'm gonna communicate with you, right? I'm gonna let you know, hey, listen, I have this, and this to do today, right? And just know I'll be from gone from this time, right? So once again, you're in your mind, you already know, okay, I suspect to be gone this time or her to be gone this amount of time, right? But it's a reason behind it, right? I'm not just gonna be gone for a day. You like, well, what the hell are they bringing?
That's right, yeah.
Right.
Speaking of that, though, I think it's important for us to touch on inclusivity. A lot of times when a non-entrepreneur wants to go into a space of business with an entrepreneur, it's almost like taking somebody who never went to your school to the prom, and you feel like I gotta hold your hand. I can't enjoy the experience with everybody who's here because I have to first introduce you to everybody, then I have to hold your hand through the whole process. So managing your expectation is huge. I'm
laughing because that's funny because, like, once again, they're not feeling a certain type of way when they do get introduced to this world, right?
Yeah. It's like, it's like, wow, what's going on here? Then it's like, well, let me be up under you this whole time. And then some conversations you might want to have or pertaining to business, or that your potential business partner or network might want to have, might not be one that is inclusive of everybody in the space, especially if you guys aren't married. So managing your expectations of, even when you are included, what you can expect. You got to be able to confidently hold your own, even especially if you're an introvert or socially awkward. It's not that we're going to abandon you. We just need you to kind of hold your own if you're going to be here, or be very comfortable in your own space. You didn't have to come, because it's cheaper for us if we don't. Trust me. But if you decide to come, manage that expectation, because a lot can get done if you allow that entrepreneur the space to flow the way that they flow, without, drilling holes in the back of their head, or saying something like counterproductive, whispering something counterproductive because you feel away. I
don't see Beyonce at the award shows.
Yeah, technically. I don't know. I didn't see one little meme where she was like looking on the phone while he was texting. But
wrong.
No, but no, seriously, when it comes to a business setting, like if they're taking you, like Beyonce said, you complement the deal, right? So understand how to walk in purpose, on purpose, and not be, I don't want to say not be needy, But for lack of better words, I want to say don't be needy.
Just hold your own.
Or insecure, right? You should be able, if you're gonna come enjoy the whole atmosphere, even if it isn't your vibe necessarily, but be able to come and compliment me. If you know I'm socially awkward, start the introductions so that I can navigate the room effectively. If you see me having a private conversation, respect the private space of it.
No, like, hey.
Yeah, what's going on here?
Right.
Yeah.
It's me.
Nothing no more.
You
Yeah.
know, introduce myself.
Yeah.
Brandon, by the way. No.
Also, like, I'm glad he said that. When it comes to the introductions, be who you are. Don't be Brandon's girlfriend or Keita's boyfriend or, you know, because sometimes y'all introduce yourselves and that's not who you really are in real life. Because you're, you know, like, don't be an extension of me. Be yourself authentically. And when they ask how you met, why are you here or who you came with, it's cool to say I came with such and such, or I came to meet or support such and such. But be very comfortable in being whoever you are and confidently saying whatever it is that you do. Even if it is some millionaires or six-figure players in a room and you might only make 40, 50,000. That's totally fine if you're a cool person. Hi, my name is this and I do that.
Which is dope in your own right.
Absolutely. Like, you're a boss. You was a boss when you walked through the doors with me. And it didn't take me to do it. You was a boss by yourself, you know? So that is huge. I see that a lot when we do networking events. There's a lot of people who like lean on each other and that's not necessary.
You know what, and just to piggyback on that, it's been plenty of events we have where the wife and the husband, they will both come in because we're doing speed networking. Like, you guys never been to one of our events.
Yeah, we forced them apart.
Right? So she, like what she said, you're your own individual, right? It helps that you kind of have your own thing, or you're doing something, or let's say, hypothetically speaking, you might not have your own thing. You just had an idea, right? But in your own right, you still are holding your own, right?
And they all appreciate it. They love not sitting, because it forced them out of that comfort zone that they thought they were going to be able to tag team with each other.
Absolutely. And it's like a one-fits-all type of ordeal we're talking about, guys. We're talking about, once again, speaking from our own experiences, but these are things that we have experienced firsthand, but also have heard other entrepreneurs go through, right?
Exactly.
You know, I won't speak as an entrepreneur, but I've heard a story, once again, of how this entrepreneur was dating with someone and they made their business kind of like lapse because they were so insecure about what they were doing. Their business required them to be social, right? And because the other person insecure, they couldn't go out and nowhere. They couldn't go out and do so they couldn't do certain things to help elevate their business because they're worried about this person being insecure, this person feeling uncomfortable or whatnot, right? And that's no good for anyone in that.
It breeds a dual resentment after a while. You're going to resent whoever, if you're the insecure one, you're going to resent them eventually because they're not the person that you thought they were, because you didn't allow them the space to be who you thought they were. If you're the person who falls back because of insecurities, you're going to resent them and their insecurities because you're not the person that you know you have the potential to be. Either way it goes is detrimental to the relationship and to the mental health. Another thing I think we should touch on that people complain about a lot is be very mindful of your words when you date an entrepreneur. A lot of times, even if you don't get it, everything that comes to mind don't necessarily have to come to mouth.
Don't call my business little. It's like calling my thing little. Do not do that.
Yeah.
My business is big, okay? Do not tell me, oh, you and your little business. Like, what? Don't hit me with that. That's don't do that.
For sure.
Don't do that.
Everything that comes to your mind does not have to come out your mouth.
It does not.
Even if you think it or you don't think it can be harmful. What you got to understand when you're dating anybody, entrepreneur or not.
Exactly. This is entrepreneur stuff now. We get relationship stuff now.
When you are dating someone, they're your safe haven, right? And you allow a different level of vulnerability with them than you do random people in the world. Absolutely. Even your friends, family, your mama, they know you at a different level of vulnerability. So that we trust you guys a little bit more. That's why we open up more to you, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally. We show you a different side that maybe everybody else doesn't see. So if you say something that could be taken offensively, it hurts a little longer and it stings a little harder coming from you, because you're supposed to be my safe space,
right.
and you now made me feel like I need to put up some sense of
right.
security
Put
around
that wall
you.
back up.
Yeah,
Put my guard back up when it shouldn't be like that.
Which breaks us. Yeah, it breaks us down in the long run. So being very mindful of your words is a huge one when it comes to, especially entrepreneurs. Like you said, that little business, anything little just got a little bit of hate on it. It just sounds like you hate it for real.
Man, I don't call it little.
Yeah.
Don't call it little.
It ain't even a small business. It's a micro enterprise.
Right.
You know, we on the way.
We on the way, okay? we getting there. It's cold outside, so the business is small right now. But when it get hot out there, it's gonna be big.
For sure.
But and this so I'm myself from experience now. So but no, it ain't but you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like this is my honest opinion. So you don't have to be an entrepreneur to date someone who's an entrepreneur, but you have to have the understanding. And I keep on going back to that because I've been in situations where I was dating someone and they couldn't understand where I was coming from, right? They didn't understand why I'd be working late, right? They didn't understand why I would have to go out and do this. And they couldn't understand why I kind of had to take a back seat to that, right? They're like, why aren't I a priority? Because this is who I am, you know what I'm saying? Because my business is part of who I am. And I guess I keep going back to that because I feel like that's the biggest component, right? Because you don't necessarily have to be an entrepreneur. It would be great if you were, you know, because you will understand my perspective about it. You will see what I see. You will understand how I feel in that aspect. But if you cannot, that empathy part is really big, right? So maybe you are an entrepreneur, but understand where I'm coming from, right? Understand that these long nights, these long days aren't just for nothing, right? And your support can go a long way, right? It can either go a long way or it can help delay a lot of stuff in the process, right? Mm-hmm. And I keep going back to that because I feel like that's the key. That's the key to it all, because I've been on both sides of the spectrum, right? I'm with someone who helps me in that journey, right? And it makes it just that much better, right? And I've been on the opposite side too, where it was not that way and delayed some things, right? And there's no shade to them or whatnot, they understand where it's coming from, but it is shade to me that a lot of this happened for as long as it did also. So just keep that in mind. Because, I don't know, I was online, it said something real, they said your partner is the honest truth. They can be the thing that make or breaks a lot of stuff. And when I'm talking about business, I'm talking about life.
Period, yeah.
Right? So keep that in mind. You know, the person you're with makes or breaks. They, like Keita said, they help shape your psyche, kind of. You know, because they're encouraging you, or they can be breaking you down.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right. They can help you in back to love language thing. If you're helping my business, you're going to help me get there faster. Right. You're going to help me grow as a person, because as I grow in my business, I'm growing as a person. Right. So that's my little long tangent.
What else is good? We talk about time management.
Not call my business little. I'll keep on going back to that too, because you go off. Don't call my business little, girl. Don't do it. So.
I think I got really good with Chin with the whole having a supportive partner.
Shout out to Chin, man.
Shout out to Chin.
Appreciate you, bro.
Having a supportive partner will kill it, and not just good job, give me a hug, go kill it today. But he is really great at understanding my schedule, which is all over the place. I have not only the pull-up experience, I have Beneficial Bay, we're parents, I have corporate jobs still, and I don't have as much time to pour into our thing because I got so much other stuff going on. But I mean, he was obviously, like anybody, still wants attention, but he is wonderful when it comes to what do you need? How can I take the load off of you? Even if it's as little as making sure the kids are fed and in bed by a certain time, or let me take your car because it's bigger than my car. The basics of managing expectations and understanding, like you said, having that communication so you can understand what is realistically possible in that time frame. understanding that my priorities today might not be my priorities tomorrow. And if you let me take care of my priorities today, I might be able to rearrange them for tomorrow. Or even later today. Like sometimes tomorrow isn't even a full day.
Yeah.
Sometimes tomorrow is just, let me get this out of the way.
Right.
Because if I'm forcing myself to be with you when I know I should be doing this, all I'm going to be thinking about is
drop the
doing
bombs,
this
man.
instead of enjoying our time with you.
I'm gonna invest one of them boom, like bomb, boom. Cause that man, you speaking the truth today. You preaching today. People.
Preaching.
You preaching.
Pass collection plate.
Yeah, you're right.
We might cut my coins.
Listen, that's real.
No, just kidding, y'all. What else are some absolute don'ts that they should definitely not do?
Don't come up in this little. I'll keep going over that. Do not do it. Do not do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it. That is very true. Like I said, being mindful of your words, but little have a whole lot of shade in it.
It really does.
Especially if it's a small business. Like you added more letters to get that.
Stroke my ego. That's what I'm talking about. Tell me, oh, your business is large. It is corporation size. Walmart got nothing on you. Tell me that, okay?
Don't lie now.
Hey, no, lie to me. Lie to me. Make me feel like I got a whole Amazon going on over here, okay?
You do.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but I'll keep going back there. But like, once again, like she said, you help make or break. And like, I'm not saying like you live or die someone's word, but once again, like she said, you let, if I'm honest with you, I'm letting down my guard. I am being vulnerable in front of you. That means I'm letting you know about my insecurities about my own business, right? And once again, these are business terms, but they still relate to relationships as a whole.
Absolutely.
You know, because whether it's business or not, if I am in a relationship with you, I am being vulnerable in front of you. I'm telling you what my fears are, what my insecurities are. And if you use that as ammunition when you're angry with me, you can call it quits. That's
never
honest.
be the same.
Right, never be the same. I'm not wall up, guard up, or just problems off top. And I know from being in therapy, by the way, you know what I'm saying, you always want to fight fair. And if you if you do have disagreement, don't ever. If I tell you I got a fear of me not having no clients, and we argue, and the first thing that comes to your mind, that's when you have no clients. I'm like, what the hell? That ain't nothing to do about me leaving the food out. You know? Don't do that, right? And that means you had that already in the chamber. You already had that already locked low in your mind, like, all right, I'm gonna hit him with that one too. And like, dang, that's crazy, right? But don't do that, right? Have you done that, by the way?
Absolutely. I've been on both sides of that, so
we all tape now. Now I'm sorry, Chin. You gotta go through that, bro. That's
even
crazy.
if this was stuff. So I'd have been on both sides of that. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not a fair fighter, so please don't get into it with me, honey, because this ain't what you want from Cleveland. I am very much a Cleveland girl. Please save yourself.
That's all bad.
Yeah, save yourself and fall back. But back to what he was saying though.
Yeah, don't do it.
What he was saying was, what I was gonna say. Also, be okay with not being okay sometimes. So, a lot of us like to fester in yesterday's argument. Like if I say that today, or we going back and forth to yesterday, don't let that, especially if you know I got some events or it's a program or a pitch coming up, don't sully my day by trying to continue to keep an argument going. Now, a power couple, we always said a power couple ain't a dope boy in the STNA ever, right? It's people who don't let
that power couple from Cleveland. That's how we get down.
Depending on what neighborhood you walk through, maybe.
I've never. Well, it's not what I was just saying. I'm like, damn, know about 10 of those relationships. Damn. Oh, that's crazy.
They swear they're gonna take over the world, but
Money and Clyde. That is funny.
Look at the travel contract. It's over. A power couple ain't a dope boy to STNA, right? It's when you do not when you don't let yesterday's argument affect today's communication,
Absolutely.
Right? We gotta keep it pushing, if nothing else.
Absolutely.
So we gotta learn how to fight fair and make up quick. Even if you don't fight fair, we gotta be able to shake hands when the fight is over, touch gloves, and keep it pushing. Right.
And my thing is like, keep that vision. If you guys share the same vision, keep that in mind. Like, come back to that. You know what I'm saying? Is argument going to help that vision? If not, let that stuff go. I almost cursed. But let it go. You know, it's for the kiddies. But
true.
let it go.
Listen, that part is real.
Right.
Also, like you said, with the vision, we talking business relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Do not get so stuck, whether this is personal or in your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get so stuck in the bad times that you forget that good times are possible.
Ooh.
And I like to tell even my clients, I tell them, if you didn't get to the happily ever after, you're not at the end yet. You got to continue to go through the journey.
I need that, like, boom.
So,
drop that bomb, Keita.
It's on the way. There is power in persistence.
Mm-hmm.
I will say you got to know when to keep going and when to quit. Because if it's the wrong person and they're no longer pouring into you, you giving them opportunity after opportunity, it's time to let it go. But if it's something that could be worked through and you guys are both willing participants, not like one person is guilting the other to stay or vice versa, understand there is very much power and persistence. And you can go through some rough stuff, but you can get through some rough stuff. And I am the conductor of the rough stuff train. Believe me when I tell you, I've been through some stuff.
But to piggyback on what she said, and this is for my males entrepreneurs, right? So one of the things that I am guilty of, and I will say this on camera, and you can play it back in court or whatever you want to do, but I know for us as men, we get one track minded. I know especially me, and I will say that on camera. I will admit my faults. I will get so focused and driven on one thing that everything will fall by the wayside. You cannot do that in a relationship, guys. If you're single, by all means, when you're in a relationship with somebody, you have to be able to divide that time up of your business and the other person, right?
And it doesn't have to be a 50-50 divide either.
You got it.
But you do have to carve out some time. You do have to make that effort.
Right. Or you'll end up alone.
Yeah.
For
sure. Right?
But I just want to keep that because I've been guilty of that. I have literally been that driven, that goal oriented to the point to where everything falls by the wayside. You cannot conduct any kind of relationship. We're talking about with your significant other, your kids, your friends, right? Because this doesn't just pertain to your significant other. It can pertain to your kids. It can pertain to your family and whatnot as a whole, right? You cannot be that driven to the point to where everything else falls by the wayside. Also, I wouldn't put that out there.
And if you struggle with that, great ways to mitigate some of your responsibilities is to hire out. So you can go to like Upwork or Craigslist even, and hire somebody like a VA to kind of handle some small tasks. You take care of the big dog, like Fiverr, take care of the big dog stuff. But those petty tasks that take hours, hire somebody else to do. Another thing,
that off of you.
Right, get you a partner, somebody that you can trust. They don't have to be on paper partner, but it needs to be somebody that you can trust in the event that you are absent. Let's say it's not even your significant other that's forcing you to sit down. Maybe you're sick. Maybe you're in a coma. There needs to be some type of contingency plan built into your business where you are not actively the only person running, showing, or showing up for your business.
Hey, Keita, if I get him to come next week, I know you're going to hold it down.
That's right. Because he low-key don't be doing nothing now. I'm just kidding. And the last one I was going to say, y'all, is collaborations. If you partner with other businesses, because let's be real, as entrepreneurs, as people, period, but for sure, when it comes to small business owners, especially you guys who still have corporate jobs on top of building a business as a side hustle, one thing that reigns true is not every day is going to be a great day. Some days you're going to be able to give it 20%, some days you're going to be able to give it 80%. As long as both days you gave it your all, it's still a good day.
Absolutely.
But you got to be able to give it your all. So having somebody to lean on in the days where you might not be giving it as much as you normally do is key to the success of continuing to propel your business. That's why there's a lot of people who start businesses and then 3-4 months down the line they quit because they don't have nobody else. It's drained them so much that they haven't built in breaks. They haven't built in contingencies for when stuff isn't going exactly how they plan, which as an entrepreneur, nothing ever really goes exactly to plan. And if it does, then you didn't plan big enough, to be honest.
Girl, where are the bombs at? Where are you? That's next time I'm going to invest in that next week. I'm like, boom, boom, boom. Right. One and two. Because I hope y'all taking notes because, like, she is dropping bombs over here. Like,
this is a full-fledged episode. I hope y'all got at least a page or two of notes. mental notes, if nothing else, ways to
some notes
handle
right
and
there.
mitigate some stuff. For sure, if you don't take no other note, please write in big bold letters in the middle of your paper right now. Do not call Brandon's business
Don't call
a
little.
little business.
Bold letters.
Just kidding, y'all.
Yeah, that's
I don't know. I would give y'all the whole game, but then I need y'all to come back for another episode.
Exactly. So we want to give y'all this. It was not a little piece. It's a big piece.
This is huge.
This
This
huge
might be the
shoe
best
wall.
episode outside of all the people that we introduce you guys to,
I'm about to say
right?
no shade. By the way.
Yeah, no, and we love y'all and thank y'all because you guys are what make the experience,
Absolutely.
right? Like it's never
No
about
experience
us.
about you guys. 'Cause there's so many episodes we can do together. Right?
Exactly. And as you guys will notice, these episodes are not our first episode, not our milestone episodes, like our 5th or our 10th or our 100th episode. We plug this in between to just prove that it's really not about us. Though we can add value on the individual side or just our team alone, we're not even our full team. You know, we're just a piece of our team.
You ain't never lied. We got a whole squad over here,
And
y'all.
they all crazy dope, right?
All of them.
But on top of us, you guys are what makes the value.
Absolutely.
We do have a lot to offer. We do put a lot into this. And I know it gets hard. It probably get hard to date us. Shoot. And shout out to y'all.
Shout out to
Because it
y'all.
gotta be hard to do us. It's hard to deal with
Especially
each
this
other
guy right here.
on a professional level. So I can only imagine a personal level.
Shout out to y'all.
But,
Y'all are MVPs.
Yeah, y'all the real MVPs for sure. Because y'all help us to be able to be our best
Absolutely.
selves so we can show up for the team and for the supporters.
So thank you.
Thank you so much. We really do appreciate y'all. Y'all keep it going behind the scenes, whether people realize it or not.
Y'all probably pull up.
Y'all are the pull up. And
Exactly.
you know, y'all pull up and it be the right energy when y'all get here. It's no hate, y'all understand. It could easily be misconstrued because of our dynamic. We do get along very well. We are opposite genders. And we're kind of like the face of the pull up. We're not the only faces, which is crazy, but everybody just kind of knows us as the team, which is cool. Yeah, but for sure it's like a sibling thing, and there is no hate or jealousy, at least no openly awkward, you know, where neither one of us know about it. And that is very appreciative. That is very appreciative because it allows us to be our best selves, showing up for this and continuing to get, you know, first of all, continuing with our events and getting these people together, continuing to showcase wonderful entrepreneurs on our podcast, because we do this at least twice weekly for y'all. Like, whether y'all realize it or not, we spend a lot of time and money on this thing for y'all.
I don't know. But it's all worth it though.
Absolutely. Even the corporate sponsors, we're getting noticed by so many people just because we're able to fully be ourselves. And that's a testament to anybody who is dealing with us on that personal level, because they allow us the space to do it. We both are parents. We both have other stuff going on. We both have other businesses outside of the pull-up experience. And they hold it down for us, and they understand our schedules. They understand the vision. And even if they don't fully understand, they for sure support where we're going. And they plan to be there when we get to the top, so they're allowing us the opportunity to climb.
And that's where we pull them up right along with us.
That's right. We gonna elevate together, y'all. Like Brandon said earlier, if you guys can think of some ways to help somebody else that we didn't mention in this episode, please leave them in the comments below. Right after you subscribe. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Like, subscribe, and share.
We are on a journey to 1,000 subscribers. So after you like and subscribe, please go share with somebody else. And then keep us up there. I still need to watch ours too. So after you leave this episode, go back and check out some more. Because if you thought this was lit, if you ain't seen nothing yet, you gotta go meet some of our, play it back, right. Put it on repeat when y'all in the car. Just put it on like a, put it on instead of your playlist, right?
Exactly.
Let this be on repeat. And you guys could talk about different ways that maybe you can build and grow together. Maybe some flaws that you guys are scared to have. Yeah. And different things that we might have missed. We'd love to hear it. And we'll be having more conversations like this. I know we kind of keep it very professional, where we introduce you guys to the to the entrepreneurs, and we'll give some episodes on like networking and building and how to build your business. But a big way of building your business is understanding relationships. Big part of networking is understanding relationships. Yeah. So we had to touch on this subject because it does come up in a lot of our after conversations. And it's usually the key on what started the business, what ended the business, or what helps the business to thrive. Somewhere in there is some part of their personal relationships that they've had with somebody that worked or didn't work. So if you are somebody who's dating an entrepreneur and you are looking, or you're the entrepreneur who is looking to date somebody and you just don't get it for each other and it's hard for you guys to understand each other, we are hoping that this episode brought value to both you personally and then your relationship as well. So that you guys can open up and have some effective communication, set some expectations, manage some boundaries. Also, guys, let's talk about boundaries. We missed that part, and that's huge. I don't know.
That is super huge. And then not even setting boundaries as far as like separating your business from personal. You know, that's a whole thing in itself. That's how about we do this? Is part one.
Yeah, there's gonna be part two because I got a whole. We got a class on that one about boundaries when it comes to your customers and like you said, separate.
Don't be calling 2 a.m. talking about, hey, I need you to look at the house for me. Like what? It's 2 a.m.
Yes, mental, time and effort, physical boundaries. Don't think you're gonna pull up at my house. We don't even pull up to each other's house. We keep it very.
I'm not trying to shot my chin.
You might. Just kidding. No, it's all love. We family. We legit family. Yeah. But usually our beauty is that we will pull up to anybody.
Absolutely.
And catch you in your element, so that your potential supporters or even your current supporters are able to see exactly how you do what you do and the magic that you give on a daily basis. So we don't care if you feel like your episode is chaotic in the background or whatever, because that's a testament to who you are as an entrepreneur. Absolutely. Being able to still provide and showcase your value and your products and your work, even with everything going on, you're able to focus and dial in on what you are providing for your customers or your audience and your clients. And we really appreciate you guys for continuing to be a part of the experience. If you or somebody you know would be a great interviewee for our podcast, we'd love to know. Feel free to tag them down below or send a quick inbox. Slide in the DMs, y'all. It goes down in the DMs.
It really does.
Yeah, so slide in our DMs on Instagram at @thepullup_exp.
I have an idea, and this is candid all top. So me and Kitty talked about a long time ago. If you're single, you're an entrepreneur, let's have a dating game.
Yes.
Let's do that.
Let us match you up.
Let's match you up.
That could be one of our events. We will match you up. We'll find some great candidates for you. And similar to like the old school dating game, you're not going to be able to see them. They'll be able to provide answers to some really good questions, and you can choose who you're going to date with. We'll even get a corporate sponsor to sponsor the date
That's
for
off top
you.
of the head, y'all. Come on now, we're just doing it off top of the head.
But yeah, if y'all really want to do that, let us know in the comments or send us a DM and let us know for real. We'll get who you like. We'll give us an idea of what you like.
Can we do business and personal? We can do if you want a business partnership or you want to have a romantic partnership. You let us know, okay?
Let us know, and we got you. That will be one of our events coming up. We will do that. I promise we will. Yeah. And now that we set it on camera, we're going to make
it. Do it now.
Yeah, we force ourselves to keep it pushing. So if we say it and it's documented, it gets done.
It gotta get done.
Yeah, for sure.
There's nothing else me and Keith do. We get it done.
We get it done.
We get it done, y'all. So this is a dope episode, by the way.
Yeah. Speaking of done, I think we
covered everything, and like I said, everything else we'll have to do the second part. So you gotta make sure.
Come back, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and make sure you send some more people our way.
Absolutely.
So the next time that you want to pull up on us.
Pull up on us, y'all. Have a good night. Look at that. 48 minutes.
Really? Bruh, we be